No. But okay, no, because let me even zip this up. Because would have broken up with Malik by then.
Why? Why do you hate Black love?
Like, then it's like, how do you have a marriage when you never had a relationship?
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chantel, and I'm here with a very special guest. If you want.
Hey y'all, I'm Brittany.
Today we're gonna be talking about This Is Us. I don't know about Brittany, but this is like my favorite show right now.
It's one of them.
Oh, okay. I thought it was your number one.
I feel like when I watch TV, I always have something to say about the show I'm watching.
Mm-hmm.
The show, I feel like it's well written, well acted, all that stuff.
It's like an overall good show. So we're going to talk about this season, but we're also going to talk about This Is Us in general. What do you think about this season?
It was cool how they kind of write it as if it's like happening in real time. Mm-hmm. So they'll take like a 4-week break, but like when one episode came out, like the vaccine wasn't really being like distributed, but then like when that 4-week break is up, they're all vaccinated and da. So like I liked how like it was like written in real time. As far as plot, I feel like nothing really topped season like 1 so far.
Yeah, I think this season was kind of boring. Well, not boring, but it wasn't like it wasn't as dramatic. It was kind of like I think last season was when we had the fight with Randall and Evan. We had I think I don't know if it was season 3 or 4 when we learned more about like Randall and Beth. Like that was like one of my favorite seasons when they were arguing back and forth.
I think that was 3.
Yeah. This season was really more about like Toby and Kate not being able to have a job. Kind of Beth with her dance studio and her mom. Randall found his mom. Okay, let's talk about that. Did you like Randall? Okay.
No.
I think it was like a stretch. Like he finds his mom and then she was alive all that time after she had already been dead. I was like, she was alive?
I mean, that whole plot twist, like, I feel like her still being alive, but them not knowing it because he like left was like that made sense. But I hate how like she was dead. Like he went all that way just for her to be dead, and then here telling him the story of his mom and how now he owns his mom's house, something like that. That was a stretch, but like then again, like it's a drama, so it's supposed to be. But I wish she was alive, or I wish that like he had like a sibling or something.
Yeah, I think that would make more. I think the sibling would make more sense than. I just thought her being alive after they said she was dead was just kind of like, bro, are y'all grasping for straws here? Like, I feel like they were running out of stuff to do with Randall. I don't know. That was like the whole first part of season 6.
Mm-hmm. We're on season 6?
No, season 5. Next season is the last season.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, I'm not ready for that because this is like I'm connected to these characters. Like I'm like
the oldest, not Annie, the other one.
Deja.
No, not Deja, the other one. The oldest biological daughter. Tess. Yes. Yeah, her. She besides a little bit of her, none of them had a storyline. They were just decoration. Deja, like none of the daughters, like Deja and the whole like
Malik.
Yeah, his like baby mom coming back. I mean, Annie is there for decoration. She has no lines and she has no storyline. She just has to be there.
I thought when Beth lost her dance studio and Annie was taking the classes, I thought they would like really dive into Annie's story, but they did not. I feel bad for no, I don't feel bad for Tess. Tess is like any teenage girl. She's kind of like wants to be rebellious and stuff. Rebellious. And I'm just like, okay. she's kind of annoying not annoying because, yeah, she is annoying because Beth is trying her hardest with her.
Like she has like no patience. She has like no patience when it comes to her mom. But then when it comes to her grandma,
yeah, that's crazy. I'm like, Miss Felicia Rashad. I'm surprised. I thought it was gonna be more like, which I think is more realistic for the grandma to be
like
ignorant.
the one confused and like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's more realistic for her to be ignorant than, her being mad at Bev.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about Madison? Because, okay, you didn't watch the last episode, but basically what happened was Kevin said he really loves his family. He loves his twins. But she was like, "Are you in love with me?" And he never, like, he didn't say anything. He was just like,
but you see though, I respected his like effort to try and like make, because like, okay, so he impregnated her, so obviously like I respected like what he was like trying to do, like make like the family whole, but it was always forced. Like he did not like that girl. It was always, but then it's like the random man that gets me pregnant then proposes to me. For me, that's a straight dub. No, are you dumb? Date maybe, date cool, but marry, no.
because even in the last episode, she was saying like he never really asked me out on a date, and I'm like, I don't like that. I think sometimes he even said like he wants to do the right thing, but
yeah, that came out so bad. So
no, like even they said like, oh, where do you see yourselves like once you're empty nesters 40 years from now? And he was like, oh, that will never happen. I'm like, your kids are gonna be gone and you're gonna be stuck with somebody you don't love.
I liked her more when she was like Kate's friend versus like when she was like the one skinny person in like the overweight people support group. I didn't like her then. But like when she was like Kate's friend who like talked too much, she was cool. Now she's cool too, but I wish she would have been dubbed Kevin, because you could just tell he didn't like her. Even Nikki was like, you don't like her. Like he didn't say those exact words, but he said the like, oh, you're just doing it because you think that you're supposed to do it.
I think if somebody's like, oh, she's the best mother ever, like if that's your only compliment for me, you don't have anything else to say, like then you don't like me. You just think I'm a good nanny. Like,
yeah.
Like what? Why would I marry you?
Of course, I'm gonna be the best mother ever to the kids I gave birth to.
It's actually the episode before last, but they're like, oh, there's romance that's written in the stars. There's romance that like you kind of have to write together. And they were trying to say like, I'm guessing Randall and Beth are written in the stars, and then Toby and Kate are written together. But they were trying to say like Kate and Kevin and Madison were going to be working together, but like you shouldn't work that hard.
That's why I feel like out of all the writing, that was the one thing I really didn't agree with. Because if two people get together, right, and they're prospering, like and they're moving forward together, yes, there's like hardships, like and like yes, like everything's not easy, but there's still progression. With Kate and Toby, there was always progression. With Randall and Beth, there's always progression. With them, they're in the same spot they were the episode she said that she was pregnant. Like I feel like if people are, I don't want to say meant to be, but written in the stars, then there's always progression. So I feel like either you're meant to be with somebody or you're not.
Maybe they're not meant for each other, right? But
or maybe they just didn't do it the right way.
About if you have an unhappy marriage, then it's not the right thing. Like if you're just coming home and you're talking to the kids and not your spouse, then are you really co-parenting because y'all don't even like each other?
And then it's like, how do you have a marriage when you never had a relationship.
Mm.
Platonic or whether it's romantic. Y'all never knew each other. So how are you gonna be married now? Like it made no sense.
And they were never friends.
Trying to do the right thing. Always. Always. Like he tries so hard to be a good person, bro. Like it fries me.
I remember Zoe was on that video chat with him and was like, "You always do what people tell you to do." And I was like, "Dang." I was like, "Dang," because he was about to not have kids because he wanted to stay with Zoe.
She was like, "You can be craving pizza all day, but as soon as I say I want sushi, you want sushi," something like that. So she basically called him like a pushover and like a people pleaser, which he kind of is. And I think he thinks that by doing that is him like being a good person.
He wants to be his dad so bad.
Yeah. And everything he does is like an overcompensation of him trying to be what he's not.
It's like, let's just, like, he rushes into stuff because he looks at the goal but doesn't look at the actual process of things. Like, he was rushing into this wedding. He was like, "Oh yeah, I gotta get the altar ready, da 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 da." I'm like, you know you're gonna be stuck with this girl for the rest of your life, right? It's not just like about the wedding. I don't know. Also, I think they should have dove more into Madison's backstory and her family, because it was just kind of like very quick, and it seemed like there's a lot going on there.
Yeah, there's a lot of loose screws in her.
For sure.
But I feel like Kevin always does what he thinks people expect him to do. Never what he wants to do. I mean, Randall and Kevin and them like trying to like be good people is that with Randall, I feel like he genuinely just cares too much. Like him trying to be good, like as him, like he genuinely cares about like what he's doing. A bit too much at times. Like it's kind of overwhelming to the point where he's kind of like smothering people a bit. But Kevin, like I feel like Kevin's just doing it because he's like, this is the right thing to do. This is what Dad would do. This is what Randall would do. But Randall's more like your dad than Kevin is your dad, without trying.
I feel like Kate has the most boring storyline now. Like, I wish we get more into... Okay, let me put it this way. I'm more interested in Toby than Kate. Because Toby used to be the like comedic relief in the show, but ever since he lost his job, it was very like hard on him. And I don't know, I just find that more interesting than watching Kate do well at her job.
The comedic relief is like Miguel a bit. Because
Nikki.
That's true, yeah, him too. But Nikki be mean. Like, how he was treating Miguel, like Nikki don't care about nobody's feelings at all.
At all. And I appreciate that. Because sometimes Thisisus is very like sappy and emotional all the time. And it's just like,
and then I feel like Nikki's like the snap back to reality. He's like, why is everybody so emotional?
Yeah. I really want to see Deja and Malik more. Like I want more of that. Honestly, no, hear me out. hear me out. Imagine this. There's a spinoff of how Deja goes to college and med school, because she was in the doctor.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
So is there like a spinoff of her going to like college and med school?
Yeah, but I would hope that she would have broken up with Malik by then.
Why? Why do you hate Black love? Why?
I actually really like Malik, but not. I don't like them together. I don't.
Why?
They're just what, 14, 15?
Yeah, 15, and he's like 18.
Mm-hmm. And he has a whole child. In theory, it's like okay. I'm forgetting it's TV. Okay. In theory, for a show, that is an amazing storyline. Mm-hmm. In real life, I would tell my daughter, my sister, my friend to run for the hills. Are you dumb? No.
Okay. Hear me out. And I understand. I'd probably do the same thing. Mm-hmm. But if it's love and he's changed. And also in the last episode, he got into Harvard, Penn State, like he's not dumb.
I like Malik. He's kind. He's a good father. He show up on time. He know how to dress. He a bit short, but he's kind. I like Malik.
He's a bit short, but he's kind.
I like Malik. I do. I do. Like, I do. I'm just not sure if, to be honest, you know that scene last week where they were around the campfire talking about that movie that Kevin liked so much. And then Toby was like, he was watching it and how he normally loves rom-coms, but how he was like watching the movie, he was like, they're doomed, like they're not gonna last. I kind of feel the way about Deja Malik.
No,
but I feel like not they're doomed. I don't feel like anybody's doomed. God forbid. But I feel like in actual practice, I'm not sure they're gonna last.
Okay. I want them to be in game because that's the only relationship we've seen Deja in.
Exactly. That's the only reason why you want that.
If somebody else comes along and is also nice,
that's her age and kind
and
tall, at least her height.
Yeah. I'll tell you what's gonna happen. They're either gonna make it work long distance, and since next season is gonna be the last season, I highly doubt they're gonna put a lot of energy into Deja and Malik's relationship.
I feel like we're gonna mess around, and next season is gonna be like a slight time jump, and they're not gonna be together.
You know what? You're right. It's probably gonna be like they're not even gonna like mention it. It's probably gonna be like a one-line thing. They're like, oh yeah, Malik. Ever since Malik broke up,
that teenage Kate, she be giving me more than adult Kate.
Yeah, for sure.
But I literally, I told my sister that I feel like something like traumatic, like other than their dad's death, something traumatic probably happened to Kate when she was younger. And then she was like, what do you mean? And then I was like, it was probably a really bad relationship. And then that stupid, that boy was wicked. Like, there's something truly wrong with him. Like, how do you, like, the most, like the wildest scene was when, it was either when he kicked her out the car, that was wild, but then he kicked her out her own.
At the house, at the cabin. That was crazy.
And she cut herself trying to get back in. I would have kicked him out. Like, oh my God.
And then when Randall and Kevin saw her hand, was like, what's going on here? Like, why is the window, bro? Now that's why I think season 4 was definitely better than season 5, because you had all those. It was really.
I feel like we found out more about them.
For sure. I think this season stayed in the present way too much.
Yeah, I would say we barely saw Jack, and Jack and Randall are my favorite characters. Barely saw them. Well, barely saw Jack.
I even like when we go into the future. I think that's fun because it's like, who is this? And then they'd be like, oh.
Yeah. No, but the person who I was like, who is this? Is what's his name? Don't tell me. Jack, but small baby Jack, when he was the blind singer.
Yes.
I was like, who is this person? They were not like
so crazy. I really like that ending because that was like the ending of one of the seasons, or it was like a big episode. Mm-hmm. I really like that. Oh, my favorite relationship in the whole show, obviously Randall and Beth. Like, Randall is definitely like, if you had to like write out a husband, I think it'd be Randall. Like, it's
all the time.
He's just like an amazing. Well, he has his problems, but like, I'd rather deal with those problems than any of the other guys on the show. I think. Well,
okay. My top 3 characters. I would say Randall is 1. 2 is William. I think I loved William.
Oh.
Why do you like William? I love William.
Really? I forgot about him after he died.
I loved him. I was so sad when he died. I loved him so much. So Brendan, William, and then Jack. All men, crazy, you know? Crazy. Yeah. But the women characters, they don't give me, probably because they don't give me, oh wait, Beth is like an honorable mention.
Okay.
It's mostly white women. So I mean,
are we doing like favorite characters from all the seasons? Just This Is Us.
do you want to do like favorite character of the season or in general?
Okay, so I'll do in general, but like I want to preface this by like I might have liked Deja a lot in the beginning, but now that she's like fading off, one is Randall. I like watching Kevin. I do. Like he's funny to watch. Like it's interesting.
But Kevin's and Kevin and Randall. No, go, just go. Because I could sit here and talk about Kevin all day. I really could.
That's what I'm saying. Like I feel like without Kevin, this show would not be the show that it is.
I feel like the most complex character is Kevin.
Third one is Jack, the older Jack.
Yeah, I feel like come season 1, my favorite character hands down was Jack. No. If I had to write out a husband, it would be Jack. Then maybe Randall.
Jack with all his problems and Randall with all his problems, I'd pick Randall. Hear me out. Because Jack not what
I have romanticized Jack, so I really don't see any flaws in him.
Yeah, that's the problem. I think they definitely did. Bro, I think it was like season 3 or season 4. I was like, y'all are idolizing this man. Like, it's out of control.
Yeah, they definitely do. They put him on a very high pedestal, all of them. All of them besides maybe Beth and Toby, because they don't know him. But
yeah, but okay. I say Randall is better than Jack just because Jack was an alcoholic. And also maybe that's the only thing.
He kept his
brother.
Yeah.
That's a big thing. And I think we skated past that too quickly.
Or like there was just genuinely nothing to talk about. he just did but then again, think about it though. You're trying so hard to help this person to the point where you leave your base, go to their base. You're doing everything in their power just for them to blow a little boy up. Excuse me?
Yeah, that whole season was hard to watch.
I mean, obviously it wasn't on purpose, but I was just like, bro, like I don't know what to do with you anymore.
That was so hard to watch. Oh my gosh. That's why you can't sit here and say This Is Us has some good storylines. It's not this, even though maybe that's why I didn't like season 5 as much as the other ones, because we knew Kevin wasn't going to get married. We never knew Nikki was alive, and like it was more exciting to watch those season finales than this one.
And you know who else didn't really have much of a storyline? So a bit Rebecca. I feel like it was just, she has Alzheimer's, or she's getting Alzheimer's, she's losing her mind.
Yeah.
That's about it. Miguel never has a storyline, so I can't really talk about him.
My thing is, I think we need to dive into as much as yes, I think we really need to dive into that, because when I was first watching this, I was like, I do not like Rebecca, because like, why would you marry?
When I first when I first peeped it, I was very confused.
No, very. I was like, how dare you? like how dare you? Like, what is wrong with you? I want to dive into that because they hint at it so much, but I want you to really give me that 15 minutes of how this happens.
And I feel like, isn't that so awkward?
My thing is, okay, I understand they waited some years, but me personally, I would never. I don't care how strong my feelings are. My husband died in a fire. Well, not really in the fire, but died because of a fire. Like, it was not like he was 70 years old. He was like probably like 40, 36. And then I go and marry his best friend. Not even date, not even like, we had a couple drinks. You married.
And then it's like, it's a bit, it's like, it's even more odd because it's like, he's dead. So I don't know how he feels about it. Maybe if he was alive and to my face, he could, call me this and that. But at least I would know. But like, maybe he's like, oh, I support it. Maybe he's just like, I should have never.
But okay, if Jack was still alive, wouldn't he be with Beth? Yeah. Becca. This is Becca. Not Beth. So let's go back.
But wait, do you remember when it was the episode where they were showing
I knew exactly what you were talking about before you even said it, yeah.
On the live to be if Jack was alive, bro. They turned Randall into some Howard professor. Yeah.
I actually loved that. I was like, can we keep him like this?
Wow. I was like, wow.
Can we keep the earring in? Yeah,
I didn't think he even wore glasses. I'm like, wow, so if your dad was still alive, you wear contacts? That's crazy.
It's so funny because the therapist was like, this has nothing to do with your dad.
Literally. Like you illustrated a whole entire like okay, some slight changes would make sense. Like I feel like, but like you hating your mom now that like no. First of all, I don't even think Jack would even allow that to happen if he was alive. In Kevin and Randall's fight, I feel like my sister was like Kevin's lines were like more harsh than Randall's. But I feel like Kevin's too. No, Randall drugged that man through the mud. No way.
I remember distinctly texting you and being like, bro, Kevin just said, I wish you weren't brought home.
No. But okay, no, because let me even zip this up. Because you see how if I was Randall, I would have been like, I won this argument. Mm-hmm. Because Kevin's comeback was, the worst day of my life was when they brought you back home. Baby.
That is a terrible thing to say. That's a terrible thing to say.
No, a terrible thing to say was that your dead dad is disappointed in you. That's a terrible thing to say. Randall dragged him to the mud because they were like, everybody has a last moment with Jack. Kate has it, Randall has it, Rebecca has it because they were all there at the house. Mm-hmm. Kevin was where? Somewhere with Sophie and his broken arm, broken leg. Yeah. And then after that, the thing about it was that Kevin provoked him to say that because he was like, oh, if I was there, I would have pulled Dad out of that fire. I would have not let him go back in. All these BS, whatever, cool. And then Kevin was like, your dad died ashamed of you. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? And then Kevin's comeback was, oh, the worst day of my life. Okay, the worst day of your life. Not of my dad's life, not of my mom's life, not of Kate's life, not of your life. I was like, okay.
Okay, but that's still like, bro, your adopted brother that doesn't even feel a part of this family. That was the worst day of your life? Like, it wasn't even Dad dying. I think that's what he said. It wasn't the day Dad died. It wasn't the day that I broke my leg, but it was the day that you were brought home. I was like,
you're so sad. You're so sad. You're so sad. Not our dad dying, not you losing your football career, but I'm the worst thing that happened to you. Me, beautiful me, good person, me, beautiful wife, beautiful kids, me. You're sad. Oh, you're sad. I would Randall. I don't care. Randall drugged that man through the mud that day.
That was a crazy episode, though.
Rebecca be doing things just because she thinks that it's gonna make Randall feel good, because she herself did not want to go to the legal trial.
Yeah, that's okay. One, we know that's her favorite child, and I think she overcompensates for one, not telling him about his parents, two, adopting him. Mm-hmm. I think she goes really hard in overcompensating for that. I have a lot of thoughts about Rebecca. I don't dislike her as much as I did first season, but she is not my favorite.
She's not. I kind of find her, I don't want to say boring, but I don't favor her over other people.
Yeah, I think she sometimes plays the victim too much. In the last episode, Becca was complaining about how Randall didn't talk to her about his trip to New Orleans meeting his birth mother. And then he shows her a couple pictures and she bust out crying. And I'm like, bro.
Oh, when she came to his office?
No. This is like at Kevin's wedding.
Oh.
She kept begging for the picture and then she bust out crying. And then like, like a couple scenes later, she's like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like she's apologizing, blah, blah, blah. Like she should have been a better person when it comes to his birth family. I don't know. She just plays a victim.
Yeah, because I feel like even well, she didn't tell Jack that she met William, right?
No, she only knew.
Yeah, and then, but like even then, Jack was telling her, he was like, oh, I think we should look into finding his birth parents. And then she was like, no. So even Jack was willing. And like at the end of the day, well, would it have been disrespectful if they made his birth parents his godparents?
Yeah, that's a little odd. That's a little odd because it's like,
it is.
I am your godparent.
Yeah, well, at the end of the day, like she was like, what's the word? She was like greedy with Randall.
Yeah, I think, which, this is a human being. She's not perfect. Like I understand she didn't want him to get too attached to his birth mother because I'm the one raising him. Like I am his mother. Like I could see her being like possessive of him.
Yeah, but this is us. I feel like when they be like writing about stuff, it comes off like natural. And like I like when people like talk about race and like they don't sugarcoat it. Mm-hmm. And Randall was basically just like, I'm gonna give it to y'all straight. Like this is how I felt. This is what y'all did. Y'all were ignorant, so it wasn't y'all's fault. But this is how I felt. And then I liked how, bro. Normally the white person's response is always so dumb. It's always, oh, I'm so sorry. But Kevin's response was very authentic. He was like, oh, like that's BS. Our dad loved you. Our mom loved you. Like I feel like it came off very realistic. Obviously, Mr. Privileged, attractive, rich actor Kevin is not gonna see it from Kevin's point of view. So it made sense how he was like, that's BS. Plus, Kevin's kind of jealous of Randall as well.
Do you think that season 6 will be like a good stop, or do you think it's going to be like, oh dang, they cut it too short, or do you think This Is Us has been going on too long?
I definitely don't think it's been going on too long, and that's because I just started watching it, so it's kind of just like I feel like I respect when shows like end because they think that like the story's done. Because there are some shows, Grey's Anatomy, where like they go on like it's like, bruh, there are some shows that are genuinely good shows, but it's like I feel like it comes to a point where you're telling the same story over and over again.
Literally.
So I can respect when a show like not like gets canceled but finishes because like the like they think that they got their point across and the story they want to tell is done. Mm-hmm. So I feel like because even Pose, like I mean I don't want it to end, but I can respect them like ending because like
I think they could have squeezed in a couple more seasons.
They could. It's only like what 3, 4.
Yeah, that's. Like, I'm not gonna get into Pose, but yeah.
But I feel like what I think should happen in season 6 is that they need a time jump. Mm-hmm. Not anything crazy, but like maybe like 3 years, 2 years, maybe a year, maybe. But like for them to start off right wherever they finish, I feel like it won't end in a way that doesn't feel rushed.
But we need to get in the future so I can figure out. One, is Nikki dating Becca? I think that was a question.
Sitting next to her on her bed, lonely. How's she gonna jump from the best friend to the brother?
Maybe we're wrong.
I think we are. I pray we are. Because no way.
I think, and I already told you this, I already know how season 6 is gonna end. Becca's gonna die. And that's gonna be it. Because she's the monarch of the family. Like, how else would it end?
That's true.
She's the monarch of the family. She's gonna die, and then that's gonna be it. And then obviously Kevin and Randall are gonna be the best of buddies. And that's gonna be it. I don't know. Well, Kate, I keep forgetting about Kate. Kate's gonna be cool. I think Kate and Toby are gonna get divorced. What are you looking forward to season 6? I really want to see. I know we've gotten a lot of Beth, and I know she's not a main character, but I just want to see this dance studio. Like, you know how in the future she has her dance studio. I want more of that. I want more of Alicia Rashad.
Same.
Oh, young Beth and Randall are so precious. I love them.
I love young Beth. She's so pretty.
Okay, overall thoughts of season 5.
You want to rate it out of 5 stars?
Out of 10.
Out of 10?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this is my premature rating. I have to watch the finale. Mm-hmm. But off my premature rating, I will give it a solid 6.5.
Okay, so this was your worst season.
Yeah. But I think when I watch the finale, it might raise. Maybe.
I watched the finale and I would give it a 7 out of 10. Just because, one, we really don't know who gets married. Like, that's the plot twist. Like, we don't know whose wedding this is. It really could be, and this is just a speculation, it could be Kate's. Because she has on this really long white dress.
Maybe Kevin and Kate are marrying each other.
Maybe so, because the way they act. But also Madison is a bridesmaid.
What?
That's why I don't know who's getting married, because why would Madison be a bridesmaid?
But she can respect herself. That's why. Are you dumb? There's no way. Maybe she's a forgiving person. I need to be forgiving. Maybe.
That's why I think it might be Kate. We know it's not Beth and Randall. We can cut them out.
But Kate's already married.
I think Kate's gonna get a divorce. I really do, because do you remember that episode where Toby's okay, this is just random, but he's laying on his bed with a red beard, and he's just like kind of depressed, and like.
Wait, this was a flash forward or a flashback?
Flash forward. I think Toby and
I remember of Mr. Tobias was when he was like old. He was wearing a hat and he was in Kevin's house.
Yes. Mm-hmm. But was Kate there? No. Kate wasn't there.
We haven't seen Kate in any flash forwards.
Oh my God. Bro, if Kate dies.
I didn't even do that. I just said it so casually. Yeah, I haven't seen her in the future yet. So casually.
Bro, I swear, like, I don't even like Kate like that. That's probably my least favorite sibling. If Kate dies, I'm gonna cry. Like, I don't care.
It wouldn't even make any sense.
But, I mean, it would. She's not in any flash forwards.
Maybe because you know what I thought it was? I thought she wasn't in any flash forwards because no, never mind. I'm gonna be quiet.
Yo, that might be the way it ends. If it ends that way, I don't want it to. Like, I don't think that's a good ending.
It's not a good ending.
Like, Kate is a pillar. If anybody should die, it's Becca. No offense.
You're just saying that because you don't like her. That's the thing. That's fine. And anybody die, it should be Rebecca. Like, what? If anybody should die, it could be Mr. Miguel.
Please let Miguel live. Thank you, Brittany, so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for giving us your TV and film expertise on This Is Us. Everybody, like, comment, subscribe, If y'all like the season 5 of This Is Us, put it down in the comments. If y'all like This Is Us, if y'all hate This Is Us, let me know. And I will see y'all next week. Bye.